sorry for the mess, not sorry for the past, not sorry for the dirt.
Hello everybody, I'm Vdiva from Boulevard. This is our little workshop about our songwriting process or something like that. It's not easy to show in a little short time the whole thing, but I'm gonna try. We do this in different ways. Sometimes we write together, sometimes I do write alone. At the moment, if we do write together, we do it through Zoom or Skype. We show this process sometimes on our Twitch channel while we compose music together with Zoom, Skype, and we have here open our software which we use, which is Cubase 11. I'm gonna show really fast how we work, what we use basically, our template, which makes our life much easier when we have to write songs, when we have to arrange. We don't do mixes by ourselves, at least not for the last two albums. We had our mixes done by the Chameleon Studios in Hamburg, and the mastering too. The first album was actually mixed by me, but I don't do that anymore. Anyway, I do kind of mix while we are writing music because you want to listen to what you're doing in the most proper way possible, because it's inspiring and it makes you happy. And happiness, it's at least for me, it's a good way. It's a good mood for writing music. So, as you can see here, this is our template. A template means that you have a number of tracks already kind of prepared. And ready to be recorded, somehow pre-mixed, and everything is ready to record a track or to write a track, basically. Our template, is quite big. We have around 850 tracks, mainly because we turn more and more into kind of a symphonic style of arrangements, and this is a mix between a symphonic music template, meaning you got a full orchestra, and I'm gonna show you shortly how does it work. And then we got synths and guitars, drums. The drums are like sample drums, which we use for the pre-production and the songwriting. Then when we have to record an album, we record the real drums in the studio. Same goes for bass, for example. We do write mainly with a sampled bass, and then we record the real stuff when we have to record the final album. So, starting from up of the template, the highest part, pianos. Here you open this folder and you got a number of pianos. There is the one a little darker are the tracks that are not active right now, and the one a little brighter are the ones that are active. Meaning, for example, we have this piano noir scoring. I'm gonna show you how does it look. There. Wait a second, I have to set up something. And I'm gonna cut this part. So, okay, restart. 3, 2, 1. As you can see, the first folder here up, it's called pianos, meaning that it contains everything pianos, electric pianos, and stuff like that. The darker tracks are the ones that are not active right now, and the brighter ones, like this piano noir scoring, are the ones that are active. The piano noir scoring is the main piano I use for writing piano parts. I'm gonna show you how does it look. This is like sample libraries. You get sounds. This software is called Contact. It's from Native Instruments, and then inside You have libraries of any kind of sound, from pianos to orchestra to percussions to whatever you like, actually. Whatever you like. This one in particular is pianos. Then there is a folder called Others, where I have like different things like Glockenspiel. I don't know if you know a Glockenspiel, but it sounds beautifully. Lovely sound. And what else we have? Harps. We have harps, we have ukuleles, organs, and stuff like this. Then we have a folder for strings, which is really big. For example, now that we have activated the Berlin string sustain, which are long orchestra. It's kind of full orchestra, long notes. This one that you can see here, it's a MIDI controller that helps to control the expression and the modulation of orchestral sounds, for example, in this case, meaning that you can do crescendos like this. Which is really important when you do orchestral music. Then what else? We have woodwinds. Stuff like that, which we use really often in our songs. And brass, like horns, for example. I'm gonna open a random one just to show you really fast. Amazing sound. And then we got choirs. We use choirs quite a lot in our tracks, especially when it comes to big riffs. Then we have percussions, which are divided in orchestral percussions and trailer percussions. We use both in our songs, like, for example, Damage 2, which is, I'm going to show it to you. It's a beautiful, beautiful percussion library. It's kind of a hybrid in between orchestral stuff and trailer, more trailer-oriented stuff. If you don't know about it, just imagine the trailers that you watch in the TV or at the cinema when we used to go to the cinema. All this kind of trailer sound. In a world, you know, that kind of stuff, which is really atmospheric and super nice to use. And the orchestral percussions are divided in low percussions, mid percussions, high percussion. Low percussions are, for example, timpani. Which timpani we can open? The Orchestral Tools timpani. Orchestral Tools is an amazing company from Germany, actually, producing orchestral libraries. Stuff like that. And then we have VSL Big Bang. This is more like a personal thing. VSL means Vienna Symphonic Library. It's a company from Austria, which produce orchestral libraries. And they have this library called Big Bang Orchestra, which is amazing. It's a tutti orchestra, meaning the full orchestra playing at the same time. Sounds great. And then we have full ensembles. Full ensembles, I don't use them so much. It means, again, full orchestra sounds all on the keyboard, not divided in violins, violas, etc., etc. It's all together. Then we have guitar and bass. Here we have real guitars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks of guitars. Then we have the virtual bass, which is a bass played on keyboard, basically. That we use, as I said, for pre-production and songwriting. Then we have guitar shreddage. These are guitars, but like like for the bass that I just showed you, these are on keyboard. You can play them. Which we use since not such a long time. I've seen someone else using it on a stream, and I was thinking, no, I would never use sampled guitars. But then I was, at least I tend to rewrite often songs really similar to each other, because you take the guitar and you kind of repeat always the same things, And when you move your brain in another area, like let's write a guitar riff on a keyboard, your brain starts to work in a different way. And you start to write different things that you wouldn't write maybe on a guitar. So it's actually, from a creative point of view, a really interesting process. And I did write some cool stuff like this. And it's also a cool sound, meaning that you can mix it with the real guitar stuff. And then we got drums, sample drums, as I told you. You have different ones, different kind of sounds. This is like a basic drum thing that drums virtual instrument that we use for pre-production. It's called Modern Massive Drums from GGD, which is a great brand. And like for every other instrument that I showed you until now, beside the guitars, you can play it on your keyboard. Or just open the MIDI roll and write it down, note by note. Which is a boring process, but it just works. This is a basic rhythm. And what else do we have? Synths. Synths is, actually we have some synths already open here, but it's most of the times it's empty at the start of a writing process, and I open them when I need them. So you got classical Boulevard synth sounds, which we usually use to double the guitar parts. I'm gonna show you in a short time how we do that. Then we got some trailer synths, funny sounds for trailer kind of stuff. Great for intros. And that's pretty much it. Then there is a vocal track that we use for, as a basic vocal track during songwriting. And then there is a reference track that if you are doing a mix, here you can have a track which you love or you really like and kind of compare it to yours. So this is basically the area where we work. The software thing, I have a keyboard here, a MIDI keyboard, I have a controller, MIDI controller, I have a couple of monitors here, not sure if you see it right now, and I have another controller here, which now I have to turn on, which helps me controlling Cubase in a faster and more efficient, in a better way. Sometimes my English just crashes badly. Okay, what are we gonna do now? Really in the fastest way possible, because I already spent 13 minutes talking about stuff that maybe it's boring for you, or maybe it's not. I love to watch these kind of things, so I hope you're gonna like it too. I already have a drum rhythm prepared. I'm gonna take my guitar and we are gonna write a little riff, and then we're gonna try to arrange it in the fastest ways possible. So don't take these as a normal process. Take these as an example and a super accelerated version of how we do work as Hell Boulevard on our songs. Bands works in completely different ways. There are bands which, luckily for them, still go to the rehearsal room and write like that. I've never been able to do that because I'm somehow really like a little bit of a tyrant when it comes to songwriting, and so we don't do that. We write sometimes stuff on tour, but the situation is what it is, so we are not doing that at the moment. And now, as I told you at the start, we write stuff on stream or on Zoom if we are not streaming. So let's try to write this guitar riff. This is my guitar. It's a cyan guitar. Lovely. Kind of new for me. There. Then we open guitar tracks. We activate it. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna play the drum pattern we prepared, and I'm gonna try to write a little something easy. Don't expect the next big, famous and successful song. It's just gonna be a little example. Just to explain what I'm doing. What we do, you play and try stuff until you don't find something that could maybe at a certain point work. I kind of have an idea in my head, a big picture of it, but I'm trying to, to focus it and to make it real. Okay, I'm gonna record these, and then we're gonna double it with the sampled guitars, and then we're gonna arrange it. It's a super basic thing, but it's gonna work for now. Actually, instead of power chords, we're gonna go with single chord. And we try to play it properly. As you maybe noticed, I played it 2 times, so we put it 1 guitar on the left and 1 guitar on the right, which helps to give a bigger sound. Okay, we could record also 2 more guitars, but since we are gonna use the sample guitars too, we are not gonna do that. Important thing to do would be to save, but we feel adventurous today, and we are not gonna do that. As you can see, the file is called Best New Single 2021, because I'm pretty optimistic it's gonna be a great song. Kidding. Yeah, let's write the guitar, not the bass. So I can show you also this cool plugin. And I'm gonna write it directly in the MIDI roll. Sorry for that. We are actually using drop C tuning, which is quite low. So this is gonna be shortly a bit boring. Maybe I'm gonna fast it up. Okay, it sounds okay for now. And we copy the same thing on the bass part because we want the bass to play the same thing. Okay, it's okay for now. Gonna try to power this guitar a little more. Now, what we're gonna do is try to make a little orchestral arrangement for it. I opened this library, which is from Orchestral Tools, and it's a free library. So if you want to start doing orchestral music, go out and check for free stuff, because it's a great way to start. Otherwise, it gets expensive really fast. It's free and it sounds absolutely amazing. So what I'm gonna do now is try to find something that could work. I'm gonna play it until I find something that I like. Something like this. I'm gonna record it now, then we are gonna check that everything is played properly. I'm not a professional piano player, so sometimes I have to fix stuff in post-production, most of the times. Let's do it again. Something like this. We are gonna quantize it, means that we're gonna put it on this grid and it's right in time. When you do orchestral arrangements, often you don't want to have everything exactly in time. If you're doing like virtual orchestration, you like to have things slightly off the grid, just to make it, to have a more realistic sound. And then you can change it if you don't like it. There. this can work. We're gonna keep this sound here, but now we kind of try to super fastly orchestrate it throughout the rest of the orchestra, like properly, violins, violas, and cellos. So we're gonna open the violins, gonna open the staccato sound from my favorite strings library, which is Cinematic Studio Strings. Cinematic Studio is a full series of orchestral sounds. They are my favorites. So we got Cinematic Studio Strings, Cinematic Studio Brass, Cinematic Studio Woodwinds, and Cinematic Studio Solo Strings. If you need orchestral libraries, they are absolutely amazing. We are gonna copy our little arrangement on the violins, first violins. It's a little too low for these violins. We're gonna use the higher range. Then we're gonna copy the same part on the violas, and we are gonna use 1 octave lower for them. And we're gonna unmute it. We could also harmonize things and kind of arrange it properly, but for now we just do a simple thing, just to give you a general idea of how the process goes. We're gonna check for cellos, if we can have something. For cellos, we are probably gonna use spiccato, which is a short note of the cello with a big accent. Maybe you can try like an ostinato on one note. See, I'm just doing this. So let's record it. Let's play it properly. Let's fix it because I didn't play it really well. There, this should be. Which is a super simple part, but I think it works fine with the rest. Sweet. Okay, after this, what I would do? I would try to open the brass section of the orchestra, like maybe the horns legato that we have there, and try to see if I can find maybe a nice epic melody. In this case, the song is going quite in an epic direction. And yeah, I'm gonna play the track and try to find a nice melody. We're gonna maybe change the articulation of the horns with the marcato. Marcato is similar to the legato which we were using, but it has also a staccato accent at the start. So you can do kind of this stuff like that. Let's try. Okay, I think we're just gonna do a little thing, not a main melody, because otherwise I feel like the song is gonna get too clustered, too full, which I'm doing it all the time, by the way. So, something like that. Yeah, I think we go. Not the most original thing ever, but still. Okay. And I'm gonna show you the choirs, even though there's probably not really a big need of choirs there. But I want to give you a general idea of how it could work. Something like this, maybe. Let's record it. Play the wrong note at the end. Let's fix these. Okay, this doesn't work too bad. And to add stuff, which we would not do normally right now because it's already really full. But I want to show you like a synth, for example. You could add something like this, which we do pretty often in our songs. Just an example. Not gonna do it now, but you could also go with a sound like this, or you could actually double what we did with guitars and bass with a synth sound like this. I love the combination. Even an octave or two higher. See, you hear, kind of give this electronic edge to the thing. Should be equalized, and I would remove, for example, all the lower frequencies. Let's do it right now. Which are not needed because we have them in every sound already. Sounds proper, I would say. Quite proper. What would I do? If I have these, I would go and look for a verse or an intro. Usually I go for the verse. A funny thing to do here would be to do an intro really fast. We could take, for example, the string part that we wrote there. And here, let's take the violas. Maybe together with the cellos. And then, do you remember we talked about the trailer percussions? Maybe we can find something, or timpani. Let's mix both. Yeah, why not? Let's check the timing. Not the best one, but luckily we have instruments to fix this. Perfect. Then let's go to the trailer stuff, which is funny. I have here a library. We talked about damage too. Let's try this and stop it. It's going crazy. This happens sometimes. So we got this. Where is the magic button? There. It happens. It's computers. Just something simple. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna put a riser, which is like a rising sound. We're gonna use an old library called Rise and Hit. Let's use this. It's the most basic one ever, but it's working. Okay, it's 1 bar there. So our intro right now sounds like this, and then we go into the riff. Let's see, how does it sound all together? It sounds okay. We need to lower the volume of our percussion stuff. So, I think this gives you a good insight of our songwriting process. I'm not gonna go through the vocal parts because we would need lyrics, and what I would do is basically just play the part and try to sing something on top of it, like this. Calling by the river, blah blah blah, you know, with fake English and stuff like this. And I would try until I find something that I like for everything. But I think you have a general idea of how we do this now. And if you're curious about it, we do this on our Twitch channel really often. So just join us, and you can ask any question. If you have technical questions, I'm always happy to answer, or to teach a little something if I can. I'm happy to do it. That's it. I hope you had a good time with this. I hope you're having a good time with the festival. I hope to see you soon in real life. And until then, take care. Bye-bye.